Well, our correspondent Chris Hogg is in Nagano watching the procession for us. Chris, obviously high security, but not enough to keep this event trouble-free.
Very high security, more than 3,000 police officers guarding the Olympic torch as it makes its way through this mountain city. You can probably see in the pictures these huge columns of police on either side, 50 on either side, some in running gear, some in uniform. But as you say, there has been some trouble, although I think it's probably fair to say that this large security operation by the Japanese has made sure that when protesters have tried to, as you say, on one occasion a man trying to seize the torch, on another occasion some objects thrown at the runners, the police have had no trouble in heading off these people, wrestling them to the ground before they get anywhere near the flame itself.
Chris, the relationship between Japan and China has not historically been an easy one. Do you think the Japanese authorities would frankly have preferred this torch relay didn't go through Japan?
I think they watched with some concern as there were those protests in London and Paris and San Francisco, and certainly they beefed up their security operation. But no, I mean, initially this was seen as an honour to be taking part in this torch rally. Perhaps in the last few days it started to feel a bit more like a burden, but the reality is that these days Japan and China are big trading partners. They wanted this to be an example, if you like, of the good relations between the two countries. Of course, because of the worries about security, the problem has been that people this has just become something where it had the potential to actually damage that relationship. Hu Jintao, the Chinese president, is coming to Japan in just a few days' time. So that's why the Japanese authorities have really done everything they can to try to make this as trouble-free as possible.
Chris Hogg in Nagano, many thanks. Well, while the torch's global relay continues, the Chinese government appears to have buckled under international protests and announced it will meet representatives of the Dalai Lama for the first time in almost a year. The Dalai Lama's spokesman says it is a step in the right direction, but will the talks really change conditions in Tibet, or are they just for show ahead of the Olympic Games? Our China correspondent James Reynolds reports from Beijing.
Pro-Tibetan demonstrators are getting ready to make their point